What is it that you do here at TCU?
I'm a professor of geology, so my duties include both teaching and research. I'm technically a half-time teacher and a half-time researcher.
How did a geology professor win Teacher of the Year a couple years ago? How did you make geology fun?
Well, actually, it's the easiest thing in the world to do because geology is the most interesting subject. So, yeah, I don't find that a problem at all, and I think that if you're a good teacher, you make whatever you teach fun. I don't think the subject matter is that important. I think if you were an English professor, and I've always thought it would be fun to teach English or history or philosophy. I just wanted to teach, and I just happened to end up teaching geology.
Besides rocks, I know you're interested in working out. How did this passion start, or desire start?
Well, I've always been physically active, and I think that I find it very relaxing. And I think no matter how bad your day goes, if you can go to the gym and work out for an hour and a half, you've accomplished one thing. So it's always kind of a positive stamp at the end of the day. I try to work out 7 hours a week. I quit playing basketball. I used to play basketball all the time. When I got to be 60, I quit playing basketball, and I now just work out on the aerobics machines, and I try to get in 7 hours a week, and so usually I want to have one day off, so I'm in there for an hour and a half, but then you socialize with people and so I'm maybe in there 2 hours a day, 6 days a week, I suspect would be a pretty accurate picture.
How do you feel knowing that you probably burn more calories than any average college student here at TCU?
I don't know. It's like I said, I just like to work out. No matter what, it puts a nice, positive event at the end of the day. So. Well, the two things, I'm the king of the Stairmaster. I crank that thing up to level 15 and do it for half an hour, and then the others, there's two they're the ellipticals, but they're the ones that are more like cross-country skiing. They give you a longer stride. I like those. Occasionally I do the treadmill if everything's full, or every now and then the bicycle, but I ride my bike everywhere anyway, so I just don't see riding a bike as exercise.
Do you ever see any of your students at the rec?
Oh, all the time. They're always amazed before they realize, that some old guy can work out. That's always a surprising thing to them. But there's some, because there's a pretty good, that's one thing I like about the rec center. There's a group of people who use it all the time. There are lots of people who don't use it on a regular basis, but there's a whole kind of family in there, and you see the same people almost every day, because I go over there every day about 5:30, and sometime between 5:30 and 6:30, and stay till 7 or 8, and you see the same people, and so you get to know each other and have some time to chat outside the classroom and stuff.
Have you felt that exercising has been beneficial to your life?
Oh yeah, well obviously if you're in better health, I think everything just goes better. And this will sound like I'm boasting, but most people, when they look at the faculty here, I'm the oldest person in the geology department. And most people are surprised to find out that I'm older than a couple of my colleagues. I'm not going to name their names, but they're always surprised to find that out. So maybe I have some youthful vigor from working out all the time.
The people who don't exercise, how do you recommend they get started?
I think you just start out walking. I think it's pretty easy. It's harder to quit than to start, is what most people who exercise a lot will tell you.
With all this exercise, how long do you plan on being known as the professor that rides his bike through campus?
Well, I have to now because that's the lazy man's way. I used to walk everywhere. No, I'm going to ride. I normally live about a mile from this spot. My bike is parked right in there, and it takes me just, like 6 minutes to walk out my front door and park my bike there, so it's pretty convenient. And Dr. Ellman, who lives right across the street from me, he's 80. He rides his bike up here every day.
Wow.
So you can ride a bike for a long time. I've got 20 years of bike riding left ahead of me, I guess. And everybody on campus makes fun of my bike, Victor Neal especially, because he doesn't see the beauty in a 30-year-old Peugeot. That's right. Tell him that bike's older than he is, so you have to treat it with respect.